Good morning, sir.
Good morning. So in the last class, we completed with the ledger setup, and also we completed with the business unit. Okay. And also we discussed to configure centralized procurement. Two setups are required. One is nothing but business functions. So we have to give procurement business function to only one BU. And for remaining BUs, we should not give the procurement function. And in the service provider relationship, we have to add the centralized procurement BU as a procurement service provider for every business unit. Okay. And now we'll define about item master organization. After that, inventory calendar. We'll complete from probably, I think today we can complete from step number 23 to step number 34. Setup and maintenance. Sorry, I clicked on the manage configurations. Click on setup and maintenance. And I'm selecting the procurement offering from the drop down, procurement offering. And select the, I'm planning to create item master organization, right? Item master organization we will create from the product management module. We'll create from the product management module. Okay, I'm choosing the product management. And from here, I'm selecting the item master organization. Or else I think I can configure from the procurement also. Let's do it from the procurement itself. I'm selecting the procurement. From the procurement organization structure. And from the organization structure, hope you remember in the last session we created BU. We also configured the business functions. Using the same task list, I will configure the item master organization. Click on manage item master organization and click on new. Enter the name of the org. And then short code. This is full name and this is short code. MST master organization. And this is the full name. And actually master organization, you need not to link with anything like BU or do we need to look assign a location? Is it a physical entity? No, right? It's not a physical entity. So since it is not a physical entity, it will have a location? No, it won't have a location. So no need to enter other information. Just click on the next. Click on the next. And what is the master organization? Itself is the master organization. Enter itself as a master organization. Enter itself as a master organization. And the starting revision. Revision is nothing but for original product. We can create by doing small changes to the original product. We can create a multiple revisions. You have a product. Okay. So that is the original product. And you are doing some quality improvement or cost reduction. By performing some changes, you can create multiple revisions for that item. Okay. I want those revisions should be started with A. First revision A, B, C, D like that. And save and close. That's it. Now, before I create inventory organizations, I'm going to create a inventory calendar. Nothing but warehouse calendar. First, I'm going to create a shift. Our warehouse people are going to work in how many shifts, like morning shift, afternoon shift, general shift. And then workday pattern is nothing but week pattern. In a week, how many days they work? In a week, how many days they work? They work 7 days or 6 days or 5 days. And then schedule. Schedule is nothing but the calendar. So we'll complete these 3 steps. After that, we'll create a inventory ordination. Okay. Now create a shift. It's here only from the ordination structure. I'm selecting the shift. Main is facility shift. And I'm creating a new shift. 53K general shift. And then start time is here you see the tooltip. This is the way you should enter the hour, minutes, AM or PM. This is how you have to enter. This is the format. 9 AM and duration. Duration 9 hours. And category work from office. Shift type punctual. Shift type punctual. So here in the drop down, you can enter the break timings also during this 9 hours. Which is the tea break, which is the lunch break. You can enter that breakup actually here, but which is not necessary to be entered. Not required, I'm not entering. I'm creating only one shift, that is general shift. I just created general shift. After that, I'm creating the week pattern. I'm creating the week pattern. Okay. Click on the plus button. 53K all day. Or nothing but I name it as entire week. Nothing but 7 days that we work. So totally how many days in a week? In a week, how many days are there? 7 days are there. So enter 7 here. Enter 7 here. Suppose if your company is working only for 5 days, enter 5 here. End day as 5. End date as 5. Okay. Or if you enter 6 days the people are working. 7 means 7 days the warehouse people are working. Enter the shift. We created a shift, right? That shift people are going to work 7 days a week. The shift people are going to work 7 days in a week. So first of all, I created a shift. After that, I am creating the week pattern. Week pattern is also called as workday pattern. Okay. And next is calendar creation. It's called as a schedule. It is called as a schedule. Click on the new 53K inventory calendar. So the calendar start date, I'm entering from April 3rd, which is a working day, or I'll enter from April 1st itself. Not an issue. And select the for how many years you want to create the calendar. I'm just creating till 2030. 2032 till I'm creating 2032 last working day. Any date you can select, not an issue. So this is the first working day, and end date is also mandatory field. That's why I have entered randomly some end date in the 2032 December. You can enter 31 or 33, anything you can enter. First day of the week. So generally in India, our week start date is Monday. But in Middle East countries, week start date is Sunday, right? They work from Sunday to Thursday. Friday and Saturday, they take the week off. Okay. So we are configuring this is for the India client. So I'm entering Monday as a first day. So here I have entered week, sorry. Here I have entered first day of the week is Monday, right? Monday, right? That will become the first day. That will become the first day. Suppose if I enter 5 here instead of 7, suppose if I enter 5 here, since Monday is the first starting day, fifth day means Friday. So Saturday and Sunday is week off. Okay. So this 1 to 7, it depends upon this 1 to 7 or 1 to 6 or 1 to 5 or whatever. The 6 days working or 5 days working or 7 days working, it depends upon the first day of the week. Okay. Understood? Enter the week pattern. This is normal sequence number. Enter the sequence number. Normal serial number. That's it. So every configuration is linked here. Or shift I have added to the week pattern, and week pattern we have added to the calendar. We have added to the calendar, and we created calendar for a couple of years. And save and close. Now for this calendar, this warning message is nothing but it will generate for the partial week. Is it okay or not? Partial week is nothing but year month start date is 3rd, right? Month start date is 3rd. So from 1 to 2 partial week it created. Okay, that's why you're getting that as per our first day of the week. What is the working day? It's from the Monday. Okay, so let's enter Monday itself. I'm entering the start date of our week year. That's it. Calendar also created. Now for this calendar, we can apply leaves, nothing but holidays. That's called as exception days. I am switching to all tasks. And I'm selecting the schedule exceptions. So here you have to create the holidays. Independence Day, August 15. It's a all-day event, yes. What is the category? It's a holiday, yes, it's a holiday. Period type, off period. Period type, off period, it's a holiday. Okay, Independence Day. Now I created one exception. That exception I wanted to assign to my calendar. If I open my calendar, the one which I have created, sorry, it's a week pattern. I should go to here. So this is the calendar. To this calendar, I would like to apply the exception day. Go to exceptions and then enter the exception day here. Okay, so this is how we can create the calendar, and we can assign the holidays also to the calendar. Now, what is the purpose of this calendar? The purpose of this calendar is the stock counting purpose. Stock counting. Frequently, we need to count our system stock with our physical stock. What is physically available in your warehouse? What is physically available in your warehouse? And what is available in the system? Always you have to make sure both are matching and both are in the sync or not. You have to count. Suppose if the quantity is available in the system, if it is not available in the warehouse, that means there is some issue. That means somebody consumed the stock and he has not entered in the application, or maybe that stock may be theft. The stock may be theft. That's why frequently we need to verify our warehouse stock. So we are going to schedule the stock counting based on this calendar working days. So August 15th is a holiday, right? Independence Day holiday. So no stock counting is not going to be scheduled on this day. For remaining days, it will schedule. Only that is the purpose. So don't think like based on this calendar, employee salary or employee leaves, that is a different calendar. In the HR, there is a separate calendar called Oracle Time and Labor. Oracle Time and Labor. Based on that calendar, employee salary is generated. And based on that calendar, company is also announce the holidays and then working days and everything. Okay, not this calendar purpose is only for the stock counting. The stock counting will happen only in the working days. Clear? Yes, sir. This is warehouse calendar, not a payroll calendar or not an employee calendar. Now we are done with from till to 23 to 26. We created the item master ordination, and after that, these are the 3 steps for the calendar creation. After that, before creating the inventory ordinations, we can actually create a locations. The ordinations location, as an example, Tech Lead site, I have a branch in Hyderabad, I have a branch in Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Pune. I have different branches. First of all those branch locations has to be created. After creating the branch locations, we can create the branches, nothing but inventory ordinations. I'm not creating the locations because you know how to create a location already. That's why I'm not creating location again. I will use the existing locations itself. But in your case, if you want, you can create a locations actually. I'm going to the branch creation, nothing but inventory org creation. Main is inventory ordinations. And click on the new, give me a moment. I'm creating the org name as HYD. If you are configuring this enterprise structure for US, in the US, nothing but cities are called as inventory ordination: Seattle, California, Chicago, okay, New York. You can configure those as your inventory ordinations. I'm creating Hyderabad. Here is full name, and this is short code. It's a full name and it's a short code, and business unit. So this ordination belongs to which business unit? Enter the BU here. Enter the business unit here. The moment I entered the BU, automatically ledger got defaulted because in the business function options, we assigned a ledger to the business unit. And then select the legal company. This inventory org belongs to which legal company? Enter that and enter a location. So in the Hyderabad, where this branch exists, I'm entering some location. I'm entering some location here. Okay. But in real time, you have to enter the real location that is provided by the client. So, but here I'm entering some dummy location. Enter the full name and then short code. This org belongs to which BU, which ledger, which legal company, and what is the physical location of this org. Okay. And in the next tab, in the next screen, this inventory org has got couple of options here, couple of controls. First, I will discuss the important controls. And also, first of all, let's see how many tabs are there. General tab, lot serial and packing unit, item sourcing details, and additional information. Totally 4 tabs are there. First, we will discuss about the first tab, that is general tab. Okay. Under the general tab, what is the master ordination? We created master ordination, right? Enter the master org. Enter the master ordination. Okay. And item grouping behavior, select the definition ordination. If you select definition ordination, reference ordination, functionally in the front end, you won't see any difference. How the data sets in the table level, it makes a difference basically. I am selecting the item grouping behavior as a definition ordination. Item grouping behavior, I'm selecting as a definition ordination. And revision numbers. Under this ordination, suppose if you are revising the items, what is the revision numbering sequence? I would like it to start from the A. The first revision is A, B, C, D, like that. And what is the calendar that we created? I'm entering the calendar. This is the inventory calendar that just we created. And then time zone. Select the time zone here. I'm selecting the Kolkata time zone. And locator control. Under this org, do you want to create sub-inventories? For the sub-inventories, do you want to create locators? Yes, I would like to create locators. If you want to create locators, you have to select one of these options out of these 3. What is this option? What is this option significance? This option significance I will explain in the coming classes. But right now I'm selecting locator control to the last option. Locator control determined at sub-inventory level. I am selecting to the last option. Okay. And on the right hand side, allow negative balances and allow negative transactions. These 2 are nothing but suppose if you have a on hand of 100 and you are trying to ship 120 quantity. If you're trying to ship 120 quantity, so this on hand will become -20, right? After shipping, the on hand will become -20. So allow negative on hand balances means, do you allow negative quantity and do you allow negative transactions also? Suppose if you disable these 2 check boxes, when you're trying to perform a transaction for 120, it will not allow you because there is no enough on hand. There is no enough on hand, it will not allow you for this negative transaction. It will not allow you for this negative on hand also. Okay. So I don't want any negative balances to be created in the application, no negative transactions. So I'm disabling these 2 check boxes. Okay. And so in this ordination, do you also perform the manufacturing? Is it a manufacturing ordination? If it is a manufacturing ordination, enable this checkbox. Enable this checkbox. And sometimes we manufacture it, but sometimes we don't manufacture. We outsource our manufacturing to some other company. Formula is our formula only. Formula is our formula, but manufacturing is done by some other company. That's called contract manufacturing. That's called as a contract manufacturing. In case of contract manufacturing, who is manufacturing for you? Who is manufacturing for you? You have to enter that company name, nothing but that company is your supplier for your manufacturing. Okay. I'm just enabling this checkbox because I'm doing the manufacturing under this ordination. That's why I enable this checkbox. Okay. And now coming to this round reorder quantity, it is related to the Minimax planning and automatically cancel transfer order. It is related to transfer order functionality and use current item cost. It is related to the costing module. Suppose if I explain these checkboxes, you are not able to understand right now. That's why these checkboxes I'm not touching. Okay. But once I complete those respective concepts, once I complete the transfer order, once I complete the costing module, automatically you will understand the significance of these checkboxes automatically. Once I complete those respective topics. If I have to explain these checkboxes right now means I should explain what is that concept and later I'm able to explain the significance of that checkbox. That's the reason whatever you are able to understand here, those checkboxes I have explained. So to this inventory ordination, I have assigned the item master ordination. Okay. And then item grouping we here select as a definition ordination. So what is definition ordination? What is reference ordination? It is not that important to get into depth of that. But if you want, you can Google it and you can get into Oracle documentation and learn what is the difference between both of that. But if you select any option, we don't see any difference real in the application in the front end side. And starting revision, I want item revisions to be started with A. My first revision is A, second revision is B, C, D, like that. I can create multiple revisions for the existing item. After that, we created inventory calendar. That calendar I have assigned. And then time zone I selected as Kolkata. And I wanted to create locators. I would like to create locators. That's why I have selected the locator control determined at sub-inventory level. Suppose if you don't want to create locators for this ordination, set it to low control. But I would like to create, that's why I have selected the last option. And negative balances, negative transaction, I don't want it to be happen in the application. That's why I disable these two checkboxes. Okay. So do you also manufacture from this inventory ordination? If it is yes, enable it. But are we manufacturing anything? We are defining it's for TechLead IT company, right? TechLead IT company is manufacturing any product? No. We are not manufacturing any product. It's not a manufacturing plant. I disable this checkbox. Okay. And the next tab is lot and serial. Coming to this tab also, the lot related and then serial related options are under this tab. This I'll be covering in the inventory module. This I'm covering in the inventory module. Suppose in the inventory, you see here, the lot control, serial control, these two topic related checkboxes and controls, we will discuss in the inventory module, not now. So I'm skipping this tab. I'm not explaining anything in this tab. And item sourcing details also, it is related to the sales order picking part, picking rule, and then pick confirmation required. This is related to the sales order picking. This tab also I'm not explaining now. We will discuss this tab also later. And then under additional information, so the first three sections is nothing but whatever the fields that is provided by here, this is Oracle fields. Oracle provided fields. Suppose if you wanted to create a field like this, like this is a drop-down field, this is a free text field, or this is a checkbox. You want to create your own fields that can be defined here. Under the additional information section, you can create your own fields. It could be free text field or drop-down field or a checkbox you can create here. So this type of section you'll find in many screens, not only in the organization parameters. Now we are defining the parameters for this organization, not only on the screen. This additional information section you'll find in many screens. That means you have a flexibility to create your own fields, and in your own fields, you can enter your own data. Nothing but Oracle provided fields are not sufficient. You would like to capture additional information as part of this configuration setup, then you can create your own fields. In that own fields, you can create your own data. Okay. So like this, I'm going to create one more inventory ordination. After creating one more inventory ordination, I will take your questions. Again, hit the plus button. I have one more branch in Bangalore. So I'm creating a Bangalore here as one more inventory ordination. And business unit, select the BU. And select the legal company. And then, did we created any Bangalore location? No, we didn't create it, but we will take the anything which is already created by any guy. Okay, I'm taking some location somebody created, not an issue. Some Bangalore location I'm selecting. Okay. And this Bangalore location also belongs to which company? The same company, same ledger, and then same BU. Okay, click on the next button. And same thing under the general tab, what is the master organization? Enter the master organization. Enter the master organization. Make sure you are entering the master organization here. Always students are doing the mistake here only. Everyone with me? Always select the master organization here. Okay.
Yes.
Item grouping here. I'm selecting the definition organization. Starting revision A. Okay. And what is the calendar? Suppose if you want to have a separate calendar, you can have a separate calendar for this Bangalore. Because sometimes from Hyderabad to Bangalore, holidays are different, right? From region to region, holidays are different. So in that case, you can create a separate calendar and that separate calendar can be added here. And time zone. Time zone is Kolkata. And then locator control. Yes, I don't want to create any locators. Locators I don't want to create. So locator control, set it to no control only. And what about manufacturing? No, we are not doing any manufacturing from this organization. Or if you are doing, enable it. And then negative balances and negative transactions, I'm going to enable it. For this organization, I'm enabling. Coming to lot and this section, we'll discuss later. This is also we'll discuss later. And this is nothing but you can create your own fields. Later, I'll show you how to create your own fields on the screens. Now, before I take your questions, I'm going to question myself and I'm going to give answer myself itself. So if I compare the screen with the EBS, if I compare the screen with the EBS, what is missing in these screens? Can anyone recognize?
Costing tab.
There is no costing tab, correct? And
Accounting tools.
Account details.
accounting is also not available. Okay. So here in Fusion, costing is handled differently. That's why costing tab is not available. Coming to accounting, in the Fusion, in the supply chain management side, we don't enter anything here. All has to be handled in the SLA only. All has to be handled in the SLA only. So in the SLA, so in the accounting tab, what are the accounts that you'll enter? The accounting tab, what are the accounts that you'll enter? Anyone can remember?
Receive account.
The valuation account.
So this is the screen. Okay, it is missing in the Fusion, right? So here, what accounts you are entering here? PPV account, IPV account, accrual account, sales account, and cost of goods sold account, deferred costs account. An example, PPV account or IPV account, whatever the example. So in case of SLA, in case of Fusion, under the SLA, you have to configure. If it is PPV account, if the org is Hyderabad or, then it has to take so and so account. So you have to configure under the SLA team. We don't enter any accounts in the supply chain screens. If it is PPV, if it is Bangalore, what is the account? So everything has to be handled through the SLA only. Okay. In the SLA, we have to configure it. So see, same account, but org is a condition here. For Hyderabad, what is the PP account? For Bangalore, what is the PPV account? Some of you may have a doubt, what is PPV? PPV is nothing but purchase price variance. Purchase price variance is nothing but the difference between item cost and your purchase price. the difference between item cost and purchase price. It's called as a P. So PPV stands for the difference between item cost and your price. So that difference, if it is Hyderabad or it goes to this account. Suppose if your item cost is, let's take 100 and you are purchasing that item for 130. So what is the difference? That is the difference. That 30 goes to this so-and-so account. If it is Hyderabad or it goes to this account. If it is Bangalore or it goes to this account. So that has to be configured under the SLA. Okay. Understood?
Yes, Krishna.
So we don't enter any accounts in the Fusion supply chain screens. We don't enter, not only here, sub-inventory level also. In case of EBS sub-inventory level also, we enter a couple of accounts, but in Fusion, we don't enter any accounts on the screens, in the supply chain screens especially. Okay. And costing also it handled differently in Fusion. Costing. So we have to create a separate cost ordination. So in case of, I'll tell you the difference here, how it handled in EBS and in Fusion. In case of EBS, the costing method. The costing method, for Hyderabad is 1 org, and then Bangalore is 1 ordination, and Chennai is 1 ordination, suppose an example. So we assign a costing method to the org directly. Correct? You assign costing method here, you assign costing method here, you assign costing method here. But in Fusion, it's handled in this way. Costing method is added to cost ordination. Costing method is added to cost ordination. The cost ordination is assigned to the inventory ordinations. It's handled like this. We create a separate org called the cost ordination. To that cost ordination, we will assign all the inventory ordinations. Okay, understood. It's different way of handling. We are covering the costing model also. During the costing model explanation, I'll give you more examples for this. Okay. Now I'll take your questions. Any questions, please?
Krishna,
Hmm.
I have a question that
Hmm.
in the general tab you have taken starting revision A.
Hmm.
So I missed that. Why we are only taking A? What is the reason?
You can also nothing revision, madam. Basically, this is nothing but you have a product. Let's take iPhone 13 is the original product. iPhone 13 is the version product. Okay, so on top of this version product, you can have multiple revisions also. iPhone mini, iPhone plus, okay, iPhone max. So what is so for all these, the revision numbers, this is the version product, and you are revising the version product to improve the quality, or to reduce the cost. So if you are revising the original product, what are the revisions for that original product? Okay, the revision for those revised items, what is the revision number? A, B, C, what is the sequence for that revision number? Suppose if you enter 0 here,
Hmm.
if you enter 0 here, it's gonna be 0, 1, 2, 3 like that.
Okay, so we can add both alphabets also in numerical.
Yes, we can add both.
Okay.
Any more questions?
Sir, Rahim this side. Hello.
Huh?
Rahim this side.
All right, I'm telling.
Here in the calendar exceptions, we are adding those holidays and off days, right?
Okay.
In a whole year, like for suppose if we have 10 to 12, so we have to create those all.
Yes,
separately.
manually it has to be created. Manually it has to be done, yes.
Okay.
And so this is Cecilia.
Shishir.
Sir, suppose we are putting our manufacturing as outsourcing. So do we need to select this tab again? Organization is a manufacturing plant.
No, sir. Either you are manufacturing in-house or you are manufacturing, you're taking the help from somebody. Either one, it will happen.
Okay.
Next question, please.
So,
Sir, when we
okay, go ahead, please.
sir, when we are using locations, should we have already created the locations in the location manage locations tab?
Of course, madam.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Next question, please.
Sir,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead. I will ask.
Now, all right. So I had a very simple question was, there was a locator control. What does that do actually? What is it? That is what.
What is locator? I think I have explained Apurva. Do you remember that explanation?
What I heard today, I didn't understand. So
First of all, what is locator you understood?
no, that is a problem.
So I think you forgot, or maybe you not missed that section. What is locator? I have already explained here. You remember the enterprise structure explanation? That time I have explained what is locator. Okay. First of all, if you understand what is locator, what is the option over there, that you'll be able to understand. But don't worry, today itself you will understand what is locator.
Okay.
Okay. Just give a pause for some time for your question, you'll understand again. Next question, please.
Yeah, sir, I didn't get one thing. While creating this workday pattern, there we are entering lengthening days as 7, and we are entering like start day 1 and day 7.
Yes.
If suppose I'm having 5 working days, means I need to enter lengthening days as 5.
No, this is week length. This is week length. In a week, how many days are there?
So
okay.
okay.
So
Okay, so that is
always
default anyhow
always
we'll
here
be
7
having
only.
7 days in a week.
Yes.
So 7.
Yeah, if it is
Okay.
5 days only, enter just 5 days.
Okay. Thank you.
So continue of this same question. So by default, anyhow in week we have the 7 days, right?
Yes.
Why we need to define then?
No idea why Oracle has given like that.
Okay.
Oracle by default give the 7 days here. I don't know the reason.
Okay. That's it.
Maybe it's some reason is there, or maybe it's a product issue. I'm not aware of it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. That's why I've taken the screenshot. So you might ask question on this area. That's why I've taken the screenshot of the screen. Next question, please.
Hi, Mr. Krishna. This PPV, purchase price variance, how does the system identifies the variance and how it transfers the difference amount to the particular account?
Basically, once you perform the transaction, okay, after you define a cost for an item in the system, and after you create a PO, and once you receive it, you have to create a PO and you have to receive it. So once you receive the PO, then automatically the difference is absorbed and transferred to that respective account.
Purchase order and receiving the item.
Yeah, once you receive the PO.
And the inventory calendar, the purpose of only this is assigning the stock counts. That's all.
Yeah, for the stock counting purpose, since it is inventory calendar, warehouse calendar.
So other
So
than that, it
basically,
has.
yeah, it has not having significance.
Okay. Thank you.
Any more further doubts, team? Okay, now my target is to let's finish the remaining steps also, whatever is there. Some checkboxes I have not explained. Don't worry, those checkboxes you will automatically understand. Because if I have to explain those checkboxes, means I should explain you the concept. Later on, I'm able to explain you those checkboxes. That's the reason I have some checkboxes I have not explained yet. Some checkboxes are not touched. As example, this one and this one and this one. And also the movement requested related options also are not touched. We'll complete those topics and then we'll come back and then we'll discuss about the screen again. And this configuration has to be repeated. Suppose I'm creating 2 branches only, 2 inventory ordination. If it is more than that, the configuration has to be repeated. I repeated here only twice because I created 2 inventory ordinations. Next is sub inventories. Under Hyderabad, what are my warehouses? Nothing but where is my sub inventories? I am going to the, now we are done with the procurement. Okay, we have to switch to the inventory module. Inventory module is available under this offering. I am selecting manufacturing. I am selecting the manufacturing and supply chain material management. Under this offering, you will see inventory module. See here, inventory. Not only inventory, from this offering, you'll see the costing also. Costing configurations also has to be done from this module only. And manufacturing related also, you see here, manufacturing related setups also we have to configure from this offering only. So totally this offering containing 3 modules. Manufacturing module is there, costing is there, and inventory module is also there under this offering. Okay. And under the inventory, I'm going to create a sub inventories now. Go to manage sub inventories and locators. So you are creating the sub inventories for which inventory ordination? Select the inventory org. Select the inventory org. I'm creating this warehouses, nothing but sub inventories for this inventory ordination. Click on OK. Hope you remember the sub inventory names can be place names or it can be the type of material also. Nothing but I can create my sub inventory name like this. Suppose I have a warehouse in Gachibowli. I have a warehouse in Gachibowli. So I can enter my warehouse name as Gachibowli, or I can enter the warehouse name as with the type of material also, like raw material, RM. RM is nothing but in this warehouse, I store all the raw materials. I'm going to store all the raw materials in this warehouse. I'm just entering this sub inventory name and then description. Okay, like this, you can create multiple sub inventories also, not only RM. I'm creating a sub inventory called FG. Nothing but all the finished goods I will store under this warehouse, finished good. I'm creating a sub inventory called scrap. Scrap. Scrap is nothing but damaged goods. Damaged stock. I'm keeping all the damaged stock in the scrap warehouse. Okay. So 95% of the clients are using the sub-inventory names like this. Creating the sub-inventory names like place names is very rare used by the clients. 5% of the clients only using like that. Now I created sub-inventories. How many sub-inventories I created for this inventory or 3? RM, finished good, and then scrap. I created 3. Okay. Is there any of these sub-inventories are locator controlled? No. You see locator control, none. Now I would like to create a locator controlled sub-inventory. Now I would like to create a locator controlled sub-inventory. Okay. So before I make any sub-inventory as a locator control sub-inventory, the locator combination, first of all, locator combination, you have to identify. You have to create a locator combination, first of all. Suppose if your warehouse is a big warehouse, suppose any of these warehouses or maybe new warehouse that you are creating, it's a big warehouse. It has multiple blocks. And each block is having multiple floors. And each floor is having multiple rooms. Okay. Under each room, multiple cabins are there. So this combination client will provide you. The locator combination the client will provide you. Okay. So if you wanted to know the product is stored under which block, block A or block B or block C, or which floor, first floor, second floor, which room number, what is the cabin number. So locator is nothing but exact location of the item stock in the sub-inventory. Locator is nothing but exact location of the item stock in the sub-inventory. Now let's create this combination first. Later I will create a locator controlled sub-inventory. So to create that combination, you remember the chart of account setup, right? Segments, value sets. It's a similar setup only. First of all, I'm creating a value set now. I am creating a value set. I'm creating a value set for block. Model is inventory. We are creating this value set for inventory. In case of chart of account, what is the model that we selected?
General ledger.
General ledger. So here we are selecting the inventory management. Validation type independent, and data type character, and subtype text. And the length of this is 1 character is okay, because my block names are A, B, C, D like that. 1 character is okay for me. Max 1 character is okay. Save it. Go to manage values. Go to manage values. So this is the value, block A. Description I have entered. B block, block B. Like this, we have to create the blocks. This data who will provide? How will come to know how many blocks are there?
Client
Not
will
come to
provide.
know, right? Client has to provide you this data. Accordingly, you enter in the application. I created a one value set. Now I'm creating floor, right? So recently used value, it will display on the top. Recently used value, select that. And format independent character. And floor number 3 character is okay for me. 3 character. Once you save it, this button get enabled. 3 character is nothing but only you're able to enter 3 character in this value field. And here I can enter the full one. first floor. Second floor. Okay. And the third value set is what? A room, right? Block floor room. Module independent, inventory management, data type independent, and then character, subtype text. Room numbers also 3 characters okay for me. 3 character. I'm creating the room numbers like this. 101, 201. Okay. Like that, we can create multiple room numbers. Now we created value sets. Now we have to create a structure and structure instance. So to create that, you go to the locator key flexi field task. Locator key flexi fields task, and here first we create a structure. Go to manage structures. $53K. This is locator structure. Separator, I'm using the dot. Separator between the segments, I'm using the dot. I hit the press button. And what is the first segment in? What is the first segment? Block. Display with 1 character is okay. This is segment number
1.
Segment number 1 and value set. We created right now one value set, right? Attached back here. And in case of chart of account setup to this setup, what is the difference that you found? Segment label. Do you see segment label here?
Yes, segment label.
Segment label is not available. That is the difference. But rest are all same, right?
Yes.
Since you know this configuration already, that's why I'm little quick here. That's why I'm little quick here. Okay. And under the structure, you add under 2 segments. What are those?
Floor and room.
Floor and then room. Okay. Display with first floor, I think 3 characters used. And then segment number 2. Sorry. And value set. We created a value set. Attach that value set. Practice is important thing. If you don't practice, if I'm navigating here and there, you'll feel a lot of trouble. Practice is important. If you already practiced the structure chart of account concept, it's easy for me to follow in this topic. Room. Segment number 3. I created a structure. Under the structure, I have added all the segments. That is block, floor, and room. All the segments I have added. Now I create a structure instance. What is the difference between structure and structure instance we discussed?
Is like to the particular
Selecting the structure here. The structure that we created. Under the structure, I would like to add all the segments as the required segments. All the segments I'm making it as a required. save it, and finally deploy it. Finally deploy it. So after the deployment is completed, now we can create a locator controlled sub inventory. I'm going to the sub inventory screen. And I'm naming the sub inventory as a cold storage. Only it will allow 8 character only. I'm naming it as cold store. And coming to locator here, by default, it is selected to none, right? It's selected to none. So I am selecting the, here totally 3 options are there. Suppose if I select dynamic entry, when I'm trying to receive the stock again is this warehouse. When I'm trying to receive the stock again is this warehouse, nothing but again is this sub inventory. Again is this sub inventory. I'm able to enter which block, which room, which floor dynamically. During the receipt, I'm able to enter that combination dynamically. Whatever the block or whatever the floor, you can enter dynamically. If it is item level means, for every item, we can put some combination. This item has to be stored under this block only, this room only. Item level, we can set up like that. So when you are receiving the stock against this item, always you have to store under that particular block, that particular floor, that particular room number only. That's called item level. And previously defined means predefined, nothing but the possible combinations. We can define now itself, the possible combinations. What are those possible combinations? I'll show you now. And what is the location structure that we created? Attach that here. This is the locator structure that we created, right? I'm selecting that. Click on save and close. Since I selected predefined, I'm going to define the, I selected previously defined, right? I'm going to define my locators now itself. Go to manage locators and create all the possible combinations. Create all the possible combination that is given by the client. Block A is containing first floor, and the block A is also containing 101. Okay. And the block A, second floor is also there, and room number 201. Okay. Like this, you can create all the possible combinations that is given by the client. Block B, second floor, room number, save and close. Now, when you're receiving the stock, again is this sub inventory. System will ask, you want us to store the stock in which location? Nothing but in which block and which floor, what is the room number? You have to enter. So in case of, the locator control, you have these 3 options. One is predefined. Predefined in the sense we have defined here. Whatever you defined, only you are able to select at the time of receiving the stock to this sub inventory. If it is dynamic entry, if it is dynamic, you don't define here. The combinations you don't define here at the time of receiving the stock. Again is this warehouse. You can enter any combination there during the transaction type, during the receiving time. You can enter whatever your block number, floor number, you can enter whatever. That's called dynamic entry. Item in the sense, at the item level, nothing but item A always has to be stored under block B, second floor, and then room number is 201. And item C, suppose there is another item called item C, it has to be stored under block A, and then first floor and 101. So at the item level, we will enter the respective location. We tag the respective location to the item. So always that item has to be received to that location only, has to be stored to that location only. That's called item level. Clear? Three options are clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Krishna.
When you're defining a locator, you have none. None means no locators for this sub inventory. Other than none, you have three options. Previously defined is nothing but we define the combinations. Only those combinations has to be used at the time of receiving the stock to that warehouse. Dynamic entry means the combination you can enter whatever you want. Item level means for every item we tag that particular location. Always that item has to be stored in that location only. And then whatever the structure that we created, I'm selecting the structure here. Okay, you know this block, and then the floor. This is only for this sub inventory. Okay, for another sub inventory, you want another combination, another locator combination. For another warehouse is there. To that warehouse, you want another locator combination. Then what you can do, you create one more structure and select the structure here. Like how we created this structure instance, you create one more structure instance. Select that here for that and the sub inventory. Nothing but from sub inventory to sub inventory, you can have different locator combinations. Clear?
Krishna, if the sub-inventory type is dynamic, that time also I should select the locator structure, right? The combination may not.
Yeah, correct. That's right. Now I went into this tab, right? I went into this tab and I defined the locators. That's not required in case of dynamic.
Then within item level also.
Yeah, item level.
Oh. Remaining all same.
Yes. Since this is a predefined, I'm defining now before the
Combinations
transaction.
here, yes.
Yes, it's a predefined since it is.
Okay.
Apurva, you're good now?
I'm just
Yeah, but what the locators are, I'm good. But what we discussed was on the financial info screen, right? I mean, then what was the location control doing there? Or was, I'm still not clear.
Apurva, did you send me any practice status as of now?
Yes, I have, but not in the recent few days.
I think you're slightly confusing
Behind in the
yourself and then
yeah.
divide. You have to catch up the videos and you have to start the practice. Otherwise, you get into a confusion mode.
Okay, if it's already done in the financial module, then I'll review that again. No worries. Thank you.
No. It's not done in the financial module. The configuration, whatever we did here, it's almost equivalent to that setup. I compared that setup, that's it.
No, this setup and everything I understood. That is, I have no doubt on this. Just now we were talking coming to this particular screen, we were configuring the details in the financial info screen. Before coming into inventory.
It's not a financial info screen. I understood what you were saying. We are creating the value sets, right?
Correct.
It's not a financial screen, okay? So here in the module, suppose when you're defining here, if you select general ledger, that will become financial setup. Okay, we have not selected in case of.
Okay.
That's a catch.
Okay.
So here, if you select general ledger, that's going to become finance part. But we didn't select a general ledger. We selected, and it's not displaying also. You see here, general ledger is not displaying. Only you are able to select the inventory management here. Okay. Practice is important. I think I remember you sent me 1 or 2 emails in the starting. I think in the starting, in the starting 3 classes itself.
Yes.
Okay, now I created the sub inventories for Hyderabad, and similarly, I would like to create sub inventory for Bangalore also. Any inventory organization should contain minimum 1 sub inventory. So click on the change, or I would like to configure sub inventory for Bangalore now. I'm selecting the Bangalore and click on OK. And in the Bangalore, I'm creating a sub-inventory name as store. Generic material store here. Store. And now I'm also creating one more sub-inventory as quality. Quality done. Nothing but whatever I stored here. So for all those stock, quality is done. Okay. Whatever the names that I'm using here, it's pure real time only. The names and naming conventions is pure real time only. Okay. I selected Bangalore and I created the sub-inventories for Bangalore also. So with this, I completed the enterprise structure. Totally 34 steps are there. All those 34 steps we completed. I want all of you to practice these 34 steps. You have to finish your enterprise structure. You have to set up your enterprise structure. Practice is important. Without practice, it's definitely tough to understand the next coming classes. Please catch up with your videos and then practice again. Okay. Now I'll take your questions. Go ahead.
Krishna, we are creating locator and inventories org level only, right?
Sub-inventory level.
If suppose I want to use the structure instance of the locator to some other sub-inventory of different organization, is that possible?
Yes, madam. Because when you're creating a structure instance, we are not creating the structure instance under any legal entity or BU. We are creating at the application level. Since you are creating at the application level, you can select under any BU sub-inventory. You can do it.
Okay. Okay.
It's not specific to one BU or one company, one legal entity.
Okay.
I'll review your practice status quickly. Go with the starting to. Okay. First week practice document. Hello.
Yes, sir. I have attached everything in the same
That's
document.
okay, no problem. I want it in this way only. Because everything should be in the one document. It's also easy for you to reference it. Locations, enterprise. Legal address, legal integration, ledger, calendar, chart of account, structure, and then deployment. Ledger creation, so you're up to the explanation, right? You completed all the topics practice.
Yeah, yes, Krishna.
Very good, thank you. Next email, D. Sai Kiran. Start working on enterprise structure, legal integration completed. Calendar, structure, still you have to complete with the ledger and then business unit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today I will do.
Why? Weekend you are not utilized?
I was little busy yesterday, so.
Okay. Please complete the practice today.
Okay, sir.
Navina, right? Navina.
Yes, sir.
So steps you are maintaining like this, huh? Good. ledger creation, and you enter return earnings account and legal company, LDZ also you complete. Okay, business functions. Procure to pay full life cycle. Good. Reference data set, service provider relationship. Good, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Suhani. I think you are attached directly in the email. I'm not able to open it. Or you mentioned the link here. It is asking for the sign-in. Suhani, I'm not able to open it. Please attach to the email.
Krishna, I didn't get what you're telling.
About your practice document.
Yes.
It's not add as attachment to your email. Then if I click on this one, it's asking me to sign in. Permissions it is asking.
Okay.
Please attach your document in the email as an attachment, not to the email body. I think you add it to the email body. Shishir, you are able to proceed with this issue?
Yeah, no, sir. This I have not yet resolved this. What exactly this error I am getting?
Okay. Kindly share me the other information also, like which instance.
64 dev 64 I have used.
Please put that in the email from the next time onwards.
Okay. And before that practice status I have sent on Saturday evening.
And if I have to troubleshoot, I don't know the program ID also. What is the program ID? What is the program ID and from which user you have submitted it? I need all this information to
I will send it.
verified quickly. Okay. Without that, we are wasting everybody time. Please put that in the email as well.
Okay.
Harish.
Yes, sir.
Harish, how many times practice completed, Harish?
Yes, sir.
How many times practice completed?
2 times, sir.
Okay. So till yesterday you completed, it seems to be right. All the documents.
Sir, you haven't checked my mail. Up, below Suhani's mail.
Rahim.
Yes, yes.
Queries to ask.
This I asked in the initial classes.
Okay, fine. Okay. See also marked for the HOD centralized and centralized. Okay, fine. Thank you. Shishir, I think that program it won't give you error. You try to submit that program again. Okay, and just verify after completion of that program. Just submit the program. No need to check the program status also. Just verify your ledger is in green color tick mark or not.
So ledger is in green color only, sir. But whenever I
then leave it. Then leave it. If the ledger is in green color, then leave it. Not an issue.
Because I have created business unit also, so not a problem.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
No issue.
My file size is large. That's why it's larger
It's
than
not
25 MB. Yes,
Okay.
it will be sent as a Google Drive link then.
Okay. Then you share me the access to my email ID.
Okay.
You shared the access of the drive. Okay, Shishir, you do that. Okay. It won't create any problem.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Thank you all. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.